Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
All right, we will start. Morning, yeah.
Kalau kata speedway pun kena buat laptop yang sama.
Tak apa. Saya buat je separate yang nanti ni saya share sini, saya buat kecil ni. Bila dia.
So, tak ada cakap buat gini.
Cocok sini. Tak usah. Tak ada.
Spesifik. Okay, apa tu? Oh, okay, faham. Baik. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keberadaan. Takut nanti kita tak ada kan. Kalau kita tak put ada urusan lain.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. So, we will start in 1 minute, okay? So while waiting while waiting others to join us to do today, this morning, okay? So in this 1 minute, we will start our session, simple seminar on ergonomics for everyday life, simple habit for health, comfort, and productivity. All right, thank you for joining us in NTW Unimas Business School. All right. I hope that you all can hear my voice. Boleh dengar suara?
Boleh dengar, sir.
Okay, terima kasih.
Boleh dengan sir.
Baik. Okay, let we start our session today for this NTW 2026 from Unimas Business School. So welcome for all of you for Ergonomics for Everyday Life, simple habit for health, comfort, and also productivity. Okay, Assalamualaikum. I am Muhammad Azrin bin Muhammad Said from Faculty of Engineering, and I am a senior lecturer in Faculty of Engineering under the Departments of Mechanicals and Manufacturing. So this is my introduction, which is I also certified TTT trainer and also HRD Corp accredited trainer in progress. And I also from full members of HFEM. If you have heard this HFEM, and then graduate engineers BEM and also Institute of Engineer IEM, and also from MBOT Professional Technologies. I see someone of you from also from having a TS Technologies, and also lead auditor for ISO 14001 2015 by SIRIM Academic. So here is my QR code, and you can see my profile over there. Okay. So ergonomics for everyday life, it is actually for simple habit. We want to see what actually ergonomics it is, and also simple habit for our health, comfort, and also productivity. So it's actually this seminar is provided to students, office worker, TVET learners, SME workers, and also general public. So within this 1.5 hour, we will look into this ergonomic for everyday life, which is it cover the SDG 3, SDG 8, and also SDG 9. So the seminar overview, as we know that we will look into the introduction of ergonomic itself, and then we look into the common ergonomics, common ergonomics problem, either the posture, the body pain, musculoskeletal disorder, and also digital eye strain. Then the third one, we will look into simple ergonomics habit. And also the last one, we will look into practical and tips and also the action plan for our ergonomics for home, study, and also works. All right. And we do also have a quick quiz and also simple tips, and also 5-day ergonomic challenge at the end of this seminar. So what will you learn by this end of this seminar? You will able to define ergonomics and explain its importance in everyday life, identify a common ergonomics problem that affect health and also productivity, apply simple habit for sitting, standing, lifting, and using digital device, implement at least 5 practical ergonomic tips and works, home and also school. Then we'll connect ergonomics to the SDG 3, good health, and also SDG 8. Another one is SDG 9 lah. So this is kind of the SDG. We have 17 SDG goals, and for this seminar we will look into 3 SDG. Okay. Boleh Alright. So good health and well-being, decent work and economic growth, and also industry innovation and infrastructure. Okay. Okay. So we will look into a simple video first. Okay.
When people hear ergonomics, they often think of this. But in truth, ergonomics is simply fitting the workplace to the worker, rather than the other way around. And that includes lots of workplaces: construction, manufacturing, transportation, healthcare. You get the idea. So today, we're going to cover some ergonomic basics that apply to virtually any workplace. These include proper posture, managing forces, and excessive repetitive motion. Ready? Let's start with posture. Sitting, standing, walking, it really doesn't matter. Proper bone and joint alignment is key. So straighten up that back, keeping ears, shoulders, and hips in a straight line. Good. Now squat by hinging at the hip. Keep everything aligned. Now sit. Perfect. Maintaining that posture through your day and work, any work, will reduce fatigue, eliminate strains, decrease stress on joints and ligaments, and have you feeling great. If posture is good, forces are evil. Why? Because they assault your posture constantly. There are lift and carry forces, grip forces, push and pull forces, and just plain old gravity. Hey, let's help you out with this. To avoid injury, don't lift, pull, or push too much. Let your posture guide you. And if need be, get help or use a hand truck or other tool. Also, move that body. If you stand up a lot for work, sit. If you've been sitting, stand up. Every change is an opportunity to realign and think about your posture. Our last Ergo 101 topic is repetitive motion. Doing the same task over and over and over and over and over and over. Well, you get the point. Repetitive motions from jobs like these can cause carpal tunnel syndrome, joint problems, poor circulation, and more. Fortunately, these injuries are easy to avoid. First, by arranging your work area to fit you and support good posture, and second, by stretching. Stretches like this, or this, or this, well, maybe not that. Every 30 to 60 minutes can make a world of difference and prevent injury. Show off. Let's recap. Ergonomics is all about fitting your work environment to you. So set up your station to support good posture. Be mindful of posture, reduce forces, and take breaks to stretch and realign yourself. Do all that, and you'll be on your way to being more efficient, more productive, and healthier.
Alright, that is actually a simple video that define what is actually ergonomics. By the way, welcome for those who are just joining us for this NTW-UBS Unimas. And then maybe we before we start, we knowing each other first. So maybe you can write in the chat where is actually you from. Maybe from, let's say, from Unimas, Faculty of Engineering, or from UITM Samarahan, from Fakulti Bahasa, let's say, or from industry. Maybe you can write down in the chat. We just knowing each other before we start our seminar. Then I will read your. Okay, is there anyone want to introduce your name and also not your where you work, where you from? Can check. Rubber industry, Siti Najwa. Thank you, Siti Najwa. Rubber industry. Okay, from where rubber industry? Sarawak or Semenanjung? Okay, Amira, procurement executive from Malaysian Relief Agency, NGO. Welcome. Irina, OSH lecturer in Cyberjaya. Okay, welcome, Irina from Cyberjaya, Kota Kinabalu. Muhammad Rahim from UTS Sibu, lab technician. Okay, welcome, Mr. Rahim. Nazri from Terengganu, SHE, supplier. All right, thank you. TS Nazira from Industrial Design, lecturer, Polytechnic Ibrahim Sultan. All right, thank you. Santi Shaira, ESH executive from Gleneagles Hospital KK. Wah, ramai juga daripada KK. All right, thank you. So we know that most of us are from industry, some from lecturer, some are from KK, Sibu, and the one Nisa SHE, executive in logistic in Johor. All right, welcome, Karonisa from Johor. All right, any others want to share? All right, Taryn, working at OSHMA, OSH training provider. Wow, this is actually the one good, I think, in OSH training provider lagi. All right, welcome, Taryn. All right, anyone else want to introduce? Okay. All right, thank you for those. Okay, Alia from Penang, from construction industry. All right. Wow, okay. Lots of all right, Irene Chun Chia, working at manufacturing plant. Okay, mostly from industry also, from Penang, from Johor. from Cebu, from KK, from Terengganu, Cyberjaya. All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. All right. So let's restart our short seminar. Actually, it's just introductory, or introduction to ergonomics itself and how actually we can use this habit to ensure that our productivity and also safety in workplace and also in home and other related place that actually ergonomics is everyday life lah. All right, thank you. So let's we start with this simple definition of ergonomics itself. So ergonomic come from Greek, which is it's ergon, which is works, and nomos is actually a natural law. Okay, so that's come the ergonomics word, which is actually the science of designing work, tools, and environment that fit people. Okay, not forcing people to adapt with it. So make sure kita nak buat sesuatu tempat kerja kita tu dia fit dengan orang, bukan orang yang fit dengan tempat kerja tu. Okay, so how we design the workstation, how we design the tools, tools macam barang-barang yang kita gunakan, even the computer, even the handphone, even the any other tools in machineries in industry, and also the environment that can fit the people. Okay. Alright, so where does ergonomic apply? So it can be in your office or your workstation, in your study room for those students, and also classroom, at home such as kitchen, bedroom, living room, and while you're using your smartphone, laptops, and also your tablet. So it is also related to human factor where we look into body, mind, and also capability, and our environment, which is lighting, space, temperature, air quality, and so on. And also the tool and tasks, which is such as our equipment, workflow in our lab, workflow in our workplace, and also the tools related to what we works. Okay, to what the task that we deal. Okay.
What is ergonomics? When we hear the term ergonomics, most of us think of office seating comfort and car control designs. However, there is much more to ergonomics than that. It is the process of designing and arranging workplaces, products, and systems. In ergonomics, the aim is to make those things fit with the people who use them. Ergonomics, also known as human factors, includes the design of any product or system that involves human beings. The focus may be on efficiency, safety, leisure, or the workplace. Ergonomics and ergonomists. People specialized in ergonomics are called ergonomists. Ergonomists learn all they can about human abilities and limitations. They then apply what they have learned to improve how people interact with systems, environments, and products. Ergonomics brings together knowledge from various sciences, including anatomy, physiology, and psychology. The goal in ergonomics is to ensure that designs complement our abilities and strength. Minimizing the effects of our limitations is also part of ergonomics. We mustn't expect people to adapt to a design that forces them to work in an uncomfortable and stressful way. In fact, we should focus on the opposite if we want optimal efficiency, productivity, and staff morale. According to ergonomists, we need to understand and design for the varying needs and capabilities of different people. We do not all have the same height, weight, experience, age, strength, and cultural expectations. A fully qualified ergonomist is the only professional who knows how to optimize performance and comfort properly. They are also the only ones qualified to optimize safety. Thank you for watching this brief video on ergonomics.
All right. So that's a simple video on ergonomics. So ergonomics actually help us to reduce fatigue, reduce strains, and improve our efficiencies, productivity, and also safety and well-being in our workplace. Okay. So this is actually a pictures that we can see ergonomics can be applied in our workstation itself, in office, or in a study room, in a classroom, even in home, kitchen, bedroom, living room, and also by using our smartphone, laptops, and tablet. So we want to look how actually these ergonomics help us to improve our efficiency, safety, and also comfort, okay, in our daily life. All right. So why ergonomics matters? So the impacts of poor ergonomics is bigger than most people realize. So actually 60% of worker experience back or neck pain due to this poor posture. So lebih kurang 60% orang menghadapi back pain So dan juga neck pain. Most supposedly today, maybe some of us are happy, some of us are not happy. Watching their FIFA. Okay, congratulations for those yang sokong Espana. Okay, 1-0 kan. Which is 1-0, which is Argentina 0 kan. So 1-0. Actually sometimes kita tengok cerita, tengok TV pun akan experience this back pain and also neck pain due to poor posture. So we do have also 1 in 3 work-related injuries are musculoskeletal disorder, MSD. So dari 1 dalam 3 tu kita ada dapat musculoskeletal disorder. What is actually musculoskeletal disorder? That related to our working posture and also working bad posture and also our body that can tidak boleh merasakan keselesaan semasa bekerja. Okay, musculoskeletal disorder ni satu benda yang agak besar untuk kita lihat. Kemudian 30% of productivity loss linked to discomfort and fatigue at workstation, and also at hours average sitting time for office worker often with posture poor posture. So sometimes kita kerja 8 hingga 5. So kita spend our time mostly sitting. Sometimes some other people sitting or standing posture. So this is actually giving us to see why is actually ergonomics matter for us to ensure that good ergonomics can prevent the pain and also reduce injuries and boost the daily performance. Okay, that's the thing lah yang kita nak lihat. So kita tahu bahawa pekerjaan kita sekarang ni mostly kadang-kadang in a good posture, kadang-kadang in a bad posture. Okay. Okay. So connected to the global goals, SDG 3, we will look into SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. So it's actually to prevent our musculoskeletal disorder, MSD, to reduce work-related pain in injuries, promote physical and mental wellness. Okay, not only physical, but we look into mental wellness also, and encourage healthy daily posture habit. This is the thing that we need to practice and also to ensure that our habit to be in a good posture. Okay, decent work, SDG 8, and also economic growth, create a safer and more comfortable workplace, improve worker productivity and performance, reduce absenteeism due to this injury or pain, and also it can support human-centered work design. Okay, wait, I think something missing. All right. So section 2, common ergonomics problem, poor posture, body pain, fatigue, and eye strain. We will look into poor posture first. The hidden risks. There is a lot of poor posture habit, hunching over a phone or laptop that can cause a tight neck. Okay, neck pain lah, neck pain. All right, slouching in a chair for hours at a time, sitting with crossed leg for a long period, leaning to the one side while seated, looking down at the screen below eyes levels, carrying a heavy bag on one shoulder only, standing with all weight on one leg. Okay, this is actually a poor posture or bad posture habit yang kita selalu buat mungkin. Dan apa effect dia? What is actually the effects to this poor posture? It can cause us back, neck, and also shoulder pain. It can also reduce lung capacity, which is actually we will having a less oxygen, and then persistent headache and fatigue, which is poor blood circulation to limbs, spinal curvature problem, which is long term, and reduce concentration and productivity. And the last one, digestive discomfort. Why? Slouching. Okay, actually, I think the figure is, wait, I will try to stop this sharing first to check. Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay. Sorry for the technical problem. Okay. I'm using Canva, but actually when using the Canva, then at the end, the picture is missing. So I try using the PowerPoint back. All right. Okay. So we continue. Thank you for your waiting me to do this technical problem, to solve the technical problem. Okay. All right. So common posture. Okay. So hunching over phone. This is actually the tech neck. So this is actually the bad posture habit. Kita tengok handphone sambil our neck is very bent forward. Okay. Then actually slouching in chair for hour at a time kalau kita kerja dekat office. So kita lihat actually this is a good chair, but actually this makes our posture back pain. Okay. And then sitting while cross leg for the long period. Buat kerja sambil bangku kaki like this. Leaning to the one side while seated. Okay. Sambil dengar seminar pun kita ensure that our posture is in good posture. So this is actually sambil dengar, sambil something sambil leaning to the one side. Kita will give beban, load to one side of our body. Looking down at the screen below eye level. So ensure when you hearing this seminar also, make sure your table is actually in the good position. So it is actually at the eye levels. Okay. Then carrying a heavy bag on one shoulder. This is mostly kalau student bawa satu bag kan, buat selempang macam ni. And then standing at with all weight on one leg. Okay. So this is also give a bad habit posture yang akan bagi kita sakit. Alright. So the effects actually this is back and neck pain, shoulder, reduce lung capacity when you are bending forward. Always bending forward. So your capacity of lung will less oxygen captured to your lung, and also persistent headache and fatigue when you are looking to the screen very long. Okay. Then poor blood circulation to the limbs, rasa kebas kaki dan sebagainya. So spinal curvature problem where you are leaning at the one side ataupun you bawa back sebelah saja ataupun you berdiri dengan sebelah kaki saja. And then reduce concentration and productivity. This is related to your mentals. So too many works, too many screen times also can reduce your concentration and productivity. Plus digestive discomfort while slouching. Okay. So this is the thing that will the effects of the poor posture yang kita kena elakkan dan kita kena cuba baiki for our everyday life. So then we look into body pain and musculoskeletal disorder, or we call as a MSD. So that can cause our injuries or pain in our muscles, nerve, tendon, joint, cartilage, and also spinal discs. Okay. So actually, it can cause at the upper body, at the back and core. So upper body ni lebih kurang macam neck strain and so on. Back and core, lower back and sciatica. This is the common one. Muscle spasm, spinal compression, and then our lower body, hip pain, knee strain, plantar fasciitis, ankle swelling. So this cause actually due to the repetitive movement, awkward posture, and static loadings, which is we are staying still too long and also excessive force. Kita angkat berat terlalu berat ataupun kita angkat barang terlalu excessive the load that we can stand. So this is the picture. So we want to ensure that we can reduce the neck, mostly office worker lah, office worker, lecturer, someone that are sitting more in the workstation. So shoulder tendinity, this is kind of CPT and CTS, carpal tunnel syndrome, CTS. Kita selalu pegang keyboard, so our wrist akan menghadapi carpal tunnel syndrome. Tennis elbow, kita letak our elbow, and then also wrist pain. Then back and core, this is kita akan rasa sakit belakang, lower back pain, herniated disc, and also sciatica for those yang akan rasa sakit daripada pinggang sampai ke kaki, sampai ke betis dan belakang kaki. Muscle spasm, spinal compression. Kita duduk terlalu lama. So actually when we are working, take time for you to stretching. Okay, either you stretching your back like that, stretching your back, and also you can dalam masa 20 minit tu bangun dan duduk balik semula. Okay. And then lower body, hip pain, knee strain, ankle swelling, and leg cramp. So ni benda-benda yang ataupun plantar fasciitis, kita punya tapak kaki pun rasa sakit. So ni benda yang kita kena lihat dan kita cuba tahulah kan kenapa. Kalau bad posture, kita akan hadapi perkara-perkara ini kan. All this we will rasakan. So kita akan rasa bila mana kita tidak menjaga posture kita dengan baik. So we want to ensure that our posture to be in a good posture. Dan this good posture we want to make it habit. So we want to ensure that kita amalkan. So amalan ergonomik tu sebenarnya agak penting supaya kita tak sakit. Sometimes kita punya kesakitan ni dia not immediate tapi dia prolong. Dia ambil masa yang lama. Mostly musculoskeletal disorder ni setahun, 2 tahun, 3 tahun kita bekerja benda yang sama, we will face this pain. Kita akan rasa sakit. Okay. Alright. Then we will try to look into digital fatigue and eye strain. So mostly in digital fatigue and eye strain, macam kita sekarang lah computer vision syndrome, CVS, we call it as a CVS. And digital eye strain, dia ada banyak-banyak simptom dan juga sign dia macam eye fatigue and soreness. Kadang-kadang kita rasa blur or double vision. Sometimes kita punya mata rasa kering, dry or irritated eyes, kita rasa pedih. And then mostly kita rasa headache lah dekat belakang mata. Kemudian difficulty focusing on screen. kita difficult focus after kita using a screen. Maksudnya kita lepas tengok laptop ataupun kita punya handphone, kita nak fokus tempat lain pun kita rasa a kind of blur lah. Sensitivity to light, kita rasa sangat sensitive to light. Okay, and then neck and also shoulder stiffness. So banyak dia punya sebab. Antaranya adalah screen is too closer. Actually dia ada sukatan dia, berapa jarak antara kita dengan screen. Dan kalau kita guna handphone pun ada berapa jarak mata kita dan juga how the posture yang sebaik-baiknya. Glare from the windows or overhead lighting tu benda yang sama. Using screen for more than 2 hours without a break. So macam kita punya seminar ni, we hope that sometimes kita akan cuba buat quiz sikit lah untuk kita release kita punya neck and shoulder kita when we are focusing on the slide kan. Blinking drop normally 15 to 20 times per minute on a screen is only 5 to 7 times per minute. So kita punya blinking mata kita tu sepatutnya kita blinking 15 to 20, tapi bila kita tengok kita punya handphone ataupun punya screen, sometimes kita punya mata blinking tu reduce daripada 15 jadi 5 saja. So blue light pack screen emit blue light which is disrupt sleep if used than 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. Ni selalulah sebelum kita tidur, kita nak scroll TikTok, scroll our Facebook, our Instagram, our thread. Kita nak baca kan, we are FOMO kan, fear of missing kan. Kemudian kita rasa kita nak tahu benda semua. Then that cause our fatigue for our eyes. Okay, solution dia enable night mode ataupun blue light filter. Kalau you nak tengok juga before bedtime, so try to enable your handphone into the night mode ataupun blue light filter. So this is in a picture. Tadi tu dalam ayat saja. So try to ensure that we can practice the best habit ataupun the best habit is actually 1 to 2 hours before sleep. Try not to look into your handphone ataupun screen tu ambil masa 20 minit and then stop and then tengok keluar, tengok cermin, tengok dekat pandangan yang lebih jauh so you punya mata akan nampak dekat dan juga jauh. So kita kena practice benda tu So dari jawapan So quick quiz 1. So what is actually ergonomics? So ergonomics is actually science of fitting work to people. Okay. Ni sebab dia daripada Canva saya jadikan dia PowerPoint, dia dah terus keluar jawapan. So which is not an effect of poor posture? So poor posture, headache, back pain, reduce productivity itu adalah effects kan. Improve lung capacity is not effects. Patutnya dia reduce lung capacity. Alright. How many times per minute does healthy person normal blink? So kita sepatutnya blink kita punya eyes 15 to 20 times per minute. Okay. So maknanya bila mata kita tu lama tak berkelip dan berkelip, maksudnya kita too much time on screen time. Okay. Too much time on screen time. Okay. Alright. So that is our quiz 1 just for our section 2. So let's look into section 3, simple ergonomic habits. We want to see sitting, standing, lifting, and also digital device. Right. So, kita tengok video sikit. Okay. So dia bagi tahu tadi dalam video kita punya reaching zone, okay. Either primary zone ataupun secondary zone. So kita nak tengok kita punya workstation ataupun working area kita, mana yang kita selalu guna, make sure it's actually in our primary zone. Kita boleh capai, kita boleh pegang. And for those the secondary zone yang kita jarang guna, kita letak dekat jauh sikit. So ensure that our sitting posture and also our reaching zone tu betul kita tak nak benda yang kita selalu pakai tapi tempat yang jauh. So let's say our pencils, our stapler and anything that related to working yang kita memang selalu guna, kita letak dekat dia punya tempat tu reaching zone, okay. Primary zone. Secondary zone is actually the thing yang kita jarang guna. Contoh macam buku-buku yang rujukan dan sebagainya, kita letak jauh sikit daripada kita punya primary zone. And then working height maksudnya kita punya kedudukan, sebab ni kita nak related to our standing, sitting and stand and sit. So sama ada kita duduk ataupun kita berdiri ataupun kita sentiasa duduk dan berdiri. So the working height tu memang kita ensure that our chair is ergonomically maybe boleh adjustable, ataupun kita punya table is actually bila kita sit dia memang support our back plus our ni lah elbow ni, kita punya tangan mesti 90 degree, okay. Maksudnya bila kita duduk tu kita tak menjadikan kita punya badan tu sakit. So elbow mesti 90 degree angle to the desk. Kalau rasanya kita duduk dekat meja, tak, elbow kita tu tak 90 degree, kita ke bawah, elbow kita ke bawah. So make sure kita kena tinggikan kerusi kita. Okay. So that is in ergonomic sitting. So we will look into this kind of ergonomic sitting. Kita nak buat benda ni jadi betul. Okay. Kita nak support kita punya head and neck, kita punya back, kita punya eye and screen, kita punya wrist, kita punya shoulder and also our hip and also the feet. Okay. Kita kena you look into your working area tu kan, tempat you kerja sekarang ni. Cuba lihat pada perkara-perkara ni. Quick check whether kita sit back ke ataupun kita tak ada lean, tak ada penyandar dekat belakang. And then flip flat ke ataupun kita our kaki ni tergantung ataupun our kaki ni flip dekat flat surface bawah tu. And then the lumbar support, ada tak lumbar support dekat kursi kita kat belakang, ataupun kursi tu memang kursi bukan untuk duduk lama. And then kita punya screen eye level ataupun kita punya screen ni kita mendongak ataupun kita menunduk. We bend forward or we kita naik ke atas sangat. And then shoulder kita ni adakah dia relax ataupun shoulder ni related to our elbow lah. Kalau elbow kita 90 degree, so kita punya shoulder akan rasa selesa. But if our elbow ni less than 90 degree ke bawah ataupun more than 90 degree, kita akan rasa shoulder kita tak selesa. So that's the thing that you can quick check now and yourself while during our seminar here, economics kan. So kita ensure kita punya position head and neck ni. Ni kalau kita tengok kerusi ni dia just support our back, lumbar lah. So kita ensure that our neck and head is actually the screen is at eye level. The screen ni at eye level sepatutnya. And then this kalau your chair it can be adjustable, the height can be adjustable and also ada armrest like this. It is proper and better. Okay, kalau ada armrest macam ni, and then make sure your table support can support your wrist plus your armrest. Your armrest can support your elbow. So ensure that your elbow is actually 90 degree lah. So your kedudukan kaki juga is actually your kaki ni kena 90 degree, and this if you kaki you hanging, you kena cari something untuk support you punya kaki supaya dia duduk dalam flat surface. Okay, so kita nak make sure kita punya lutut dan juga kaki ni pun 90 degree. So bila kita in 90 degree here, 90 degree at the elbow, dekat kita punya siku, plus kita punya knee, dekat kita punya lutut ni pun also must be in 90 degree. So kedudukan jarak ni pun sebenarnya memainkan peranan. Okay, for those who are related to macam I think someone from Cyberjaya ke tadi, designing kan, lecturer yang industrial design ke apa. Kan, actually you know how actually to design this working station. The tables that can cope with all those people. So mostly sebaik-baiknya we should have the adjustable chair lah. Meja ni memang susah untuk kita nak adjust, tapi at least the adjustable chair sebab kita punya height from each other different kan. So ada orang lebih pendek, ada orang lebih tinggi. So dia boleh laraskan kerusi, can adjust the chair to sit in a proper way and to suit this ergonomic sitting posture. So kalau kerusi kita dekat office tu memang sesuai, so kita akan rasa kita bekerja tidak kurang rasa sakit, so lebih selesa, so lebih produktif kita buat kerja. Tapi bila kita punya kerusi tak selesa, tak ada lumbar support and so on macam ni, kita akan rasa cepat penat dan kita akan rasa malas nak buat kerja dan sebagainya. Okay, so make sure if you want to improve your productivity, your efficiency while working, try to look at your chair lah first. At your chair, better if it can be adjusted. Okay, sebab sometimes table ni memang dah fix like this kan, susah sikit. So again, relax, not raise or round elbow at 90 degree angle to the desk. This is the most important lah untuk kita buat kerja. Plus hip and feet, knees at 90 degree also, tight parallel to the floor, feet flat on the floor or foot rest. Okay. So sini juga kadang-kadang jangan make sure your wrist ni tidak dekat bucu meja. Okay, flat or slightly negative tilt. Do not bend wrist while tapping. Ni susah juga kita nak jaga sebab bila you tak jaga your wrist, you akan menghadapi CTS lah, carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel syndrome ni dia akan rasa numbness dekat you punya pergelangan tangan tu. Okay, so make sure when you working, mostly yang office worker lah ataupun student, kena check whether you punya workstation betul-betul selesa ataupun tidak. So do it right. Dan kita tengok pula kalau standing ataupun walking ergonomic. Tadi kan sitting. That is the first one tadi kita lihat pada sitting. Now we look into standing. Sebab ada kerja nature dia maybe some of lab technician ke apa ke, mostly mungkin banyak dia standing. So and walking. Dia tak banyak duduk. Okay. Maybe office worker je yang banyak duduk. Ataupun someone yang standing and walking ni macam operator dekat manufacturing line. So maybe they need to assemble something in the manufacturing line, production line tu kena standing always for 8 hours or 3 hours. So kita nak tengok. So standing posture and also walking posture plus sit, stand, walk balance. Okay. Kita tengok dengan gambar lah. So kalau standing posture, make sure kita when you standing, head up, chin slightly tuck inward, and then your shoulder and backs must be relaxed, not to be raised. You just relax your back and shoulder. Core gently engaged and not tense. You punya core, bahagian core belakang dan depan, make sure dia tak gently engaged, not tense. Knees slightly bent. Never lock your knees. Okay, jangan keraskan your knee. Lutut tu just bend sedikit. Weight distribute evenly on both feet. Jangan berdiri sebelah kaki. Okay, make sure you balance your weight on your both feet. Feet shoulder width apart. Wear supportive sometimes cushion footwear ataupun footwear yang memang boleh support your foot And then move every 30 minutes. Avoid static standing. Jangan berdiri static selama 30 minit. So try to move around and then try to move a bit to avoid this static position. So kalau walking, eyes forward, head up, not looking at the phone. Sometimes ni kadang-kadang kita terlanggar tiang lah, terlanggar cermin. due to kita jalan sambil tengok handphone kan. The way kita berjalan tu nowadays actually kita punya cara berjalan sekarang ni telah dipengaruhi oleh melihat telefon sambil berjalan. So try when you are walking posture, try not look at your phone. Okay, heel to toe natural stride, and then arm swinging naturally at side. Kita jalan dalam keadaan relax, dalam keadaan yang selesa. Land foot under the body and not far ahead. Kalau sekarang ni dekat Korea dia ada buat brisk walk kan. Tapi dia guna a slow motion jogging kan, slow motion jogging. Maybe a way that kita nak improve our blood circulation, our lung and so on. So try to berjalan tu while walking, kita kena lihat kita punya footwear lah antara utamanya. Make sure your footwear support your feet, and then make sure kita punya eyes forward lah. Jangan tengok bawah lah. That's the thing. Okay. Then sit, stand, walk, balance. Sit, stand, walk, balance ni macam kita sekarang ni maybe yang tengah dengar sambil duduk, kita boleh tahan untuk 30 ke 45 minit sahaja. So now we actually almost for 1 hour kan. Then try to stand for 15 minutes. So boleh bangun sikit, renggangkan badan kita, ataupun you just renggangkan you punya pinggang, okay, dan juga you punya shoulder. So ada juga cara untuk kita di office sit exercise. Bila you dah rasanya tak comfort, dah rasa tak selesa, try to move your back and shoulder, and try to move your you punya pinggang, you punya hips. Okay, stand for 15 minit. Okay, try bangun, pergi pantry ke, pergi photostat dan sebagainya, and then try to walk for 5 minutes. Okay, if there is a stair, try to naik turun tangga lah sikit untuk kita exercise. So repeat throughout the day for the best result. So make sure lepas ni after this seminar, try to practice sit for 30 to 45 minutes. Jangan duduk terlalu lama. Sometimes kita tak sedar kita duduk 30 ke 40 minit ke sometimes sampai 2 jam because due to screen. Kita tengok watching a Netflix ataupun kita watching YouTube, TikTok, kita tak perasan. Okay, try to avoid if you have a timer, buat timer. Because kita nak make sure kita jagalah kita punya badan. Okay. And then kita lihat self lifting and carrying technique. Okay, self lifting and carrying technique dia ada 6. First, plan. Second, position. Third, lower down. 4, grip and lift. Number 5, carry. Number 6, set down. So never twist your spine while lifting. Jangan kita angkat dengan jangan kita pusingkan kita punya spine belakang ni masa kita lifting. Always pivot with your feet. Get head for load over than 15 to 20 kilo. Okay, jangan sekali-kali angkat. Mostly for the woman untuk kawan-kawan kecil kita yang perempuan, help them to angkat. Untuk yang lelaki, tolong angkatkan barang yang more than 20 kilos. Okay, because there are limitation in women cannot more than 15 kilo. Okay, then kita look dalam gambar lah, senang. So plan, assess the load, tengok dulu load ni. So if the load is too heavy, ask for help. So and then you make sure kat mana you nak hantar. So you nak ambil barang ni, let's say ambil kertas A4 bundle, and then you nak letak dekat photostat machine. So you tahu, okay, jalan saya just straight. Okay, you tahu your path. Alright, and then you clear your path. Kalau ada obstacle ke sebagainya, kita alihkan dahulu sebab you nak angkat barang berat. Then number 2, position. You need to position like this. Okay, stand close to the load, dekat dengan barang yang kita nak angkat. Feet shoulder width apart. Feet and shoulder width apart. Bukan kaki terlalu dekat, tapi kaki dan bahu dalam keadaan yang selesa. 1 foot slightly forward. Then number 3 stepnya adalah lower down your back, bend at hips and knees, not the waist. Okay, bend your hips and also your knees. Not bend your waist. Keep back straight neutrally. So kalau boleh kita nak back ni naturally straight lah. Sebab kita nak angkat bukan guna we not angkat barang-barang ni, kita tak nak angkat dengan kita punya belakang back. Kita nak angkat dengan kaki kita. So kita pull kita push it by our own leg. Kita nak guna kaki. Kita tak nak guna belakang. Kalau belakang dia akan sakit belakang. Then after that you grip firmly, tighten core. Okay, tighten your core. Lift slowly using your leg. Kita angkat barang berat sebenarnya bukan angkat dengan kita punya pinggang ataupun kita punya belakang, tapi kita angkat guna kita punya kaki. That is the principles of lifting. Okay, sebab tu kalau orang yang pergi gym, dia lifting tu, dia main leg day tu, dia angkat dengan kaki bukan belakang. Okay, deadlift tu bukan angkat dengan belakang, dia angkat dengan kaki. Putus familiar dengan pergi deadlift dekat gym kan. So you angkat sebenarnya bukan dengan belakang, angkat dengan kaki. That's why kita panggil dia leg day. So using your leg muscle, not your back. That's the most important. Sebab tu kadang-kadang kita angkat tong gas ke kat rumah, angkat barang yang berat saja, beras ke apa ke, kita angkat dengan belakang kita. Kita tak nak angkat dengan belakang, kita angkat dengan kaki. Hold your load close to your body. So angkat barang tu dekat dengan body. Kita ada research kalau kita angkat barang jauh daripada body, actually the load 5 kg daripada yang kita pegang tu sebenarnya dia punya rasa berat dia 50 kilo at the back. Tapi kalau you bring the load to your body, dekatkan dengan body you, your 5 kg is equal to 5 kg at the back. That is the formula. So do not twist. Jangan bila angkat dan kita pusingkan badan kita. So itu akan rosakkan kita punya spine. But pivot with your feet to turn direction. You kena movekan dengan you punya feet untuk turn direction. Then after dah angkat, dah bawa pergi ke tempat machine tadi, prosthetic machine, set down, bend your knees again. Bukan kita dah sampai kita bongkokkan badan kita. Kita punya belakang ataupun waist. Tapi kita nak turunkan barang tu, turunkan your knees again. Turunkan lutut you dan kaki to the lower down. Never drop. Lower slowly and under full control. Okay. That's the most important lah while lifting. So for those yang memang kerja logistik industri, memang ni kena. So for those macam Taran tadi from Osh, I think, from Osh training provider. Benda ni kita dah mostly banyak ajar lah untuk for those yang memang angkat-angkat berat macam ni So rasa-rasanya bukan sahaja di tempat kerja, di rumah kita juga angkat kerusi, angkat meja, nak alih hari raya dan sebagainya. Angkat benda berat-berat. So make sure kita angkat dengan kaki bukan angkat dengan belakang. Then we look into digital device ergonomics. So digital device ergonomics, kita ada laptop, kita ada smartphone dan kita juga ada desktop PC. Mostly these 3 types of digital device yang kita selalu guna every day. Perasan atau tidak, inilah yang kita gunakan. While kita punya seminar ni, sometimes ada orang guna laptop, ada orang guna desktop dekat PC, dan ada orang guna smartphone. While kita punya seminar now. Okay, let's look into this digital device. So laptop, make sure raise laptop to the eye level. So kalau laptop tu memang sangat ke bawah dan meja you memang pun tak sesuai, try to use another support device untuk tinggikan you punya laptop at eye level. Sepatutnya biasalah gambar ChatGPT ni kita minta dia buat di gambar dia tak setepat mana Sepatutnya eye level ni from tops of this screen dia mesti dekat eye level, betul-betul dekat eye level. Use an external keyboard and mouse. Screen arm length 50 to 70 cm. Ni screen ni dengan arm kita ni, length ni around 50 to 70 cm. So you boleh sukat lah to try to measure your screen, your laptop, your PC. Betul tak? Cukup tak 50 to 70 cm away from you? Then tilt screen slightly to reduce the glare. Kalau macam terlalu terang, try to reduce the glare ataupun tiltkan ni punya laptop untuk kurangkan dia punya glare. Ni lah kita tak nak rabun silau And then smartphone hold at eye level. Smartphone sepatutnya kita kena hold at eye level. Betul-betul kat kita punya mata. Bukan kita tundukkan kita punya neck, kita tak nak tundukkan kita punya leher untuk tengok handphone di bawah. Itu dia ada kesan dekat kita punya leher, that we call as a tech neck lah. Avoid tech neck, head tilt down. Okay. Use both thumb to reduce finger strain. Maksudnya guna dua thumb both thumb to reduce strain. Kadang-kadang kita bagi anak-anak pun satu tangan dia guna. So tangan dia tak, psikomotor dia kurang. So kita nak make sure they have to use their all fingers, both hand. Okay. Enable larger text if the size, kalau kita tak nampak, kita kena enable text size tu lebih besar. Ni sepatutnya macam ni. Kalau desktop, monitor top at just below eye level. Okay, dia punya top ni dekat below eye level. Top of monitor or at just below eye level. Ni kedudukan yang sangat baik lah. Keyboard forearm parallel to the floor. Okay, forearm parallel to the floor. Your forearm is parallel to the floor. Mouse close to the keyboard, avoid reaching. Kita tak nak kita punya mouse ni dekat secondary zone. Kita nak the mouse is actually near to you, which is primary zone, reaching zone. Okay. Frequently used item must be within your reach, which is your primary zone. Kita tak nak dia dekat secondary zone. So atur you punya tempat kerja. So after this, maybe you try do recheck at your workstation. Betul tak? Barang yang you selalu guna tu dekat tempat sebelah ataupun sangat jauh. So try to improvise you punya tempat. Okay, ni adalah yang saya cakap tadi. Kalau kita 0 degree, around 10 to 12 pounds, kan? Kalau kita 15 degree, kita tiltkan kita punya leher, neck ni, around 27 pounds. Kalau 30 degree, then kita akan selalu sakit. 40 pounds, 45 degree, almost 49 pounds. 60 degree, almost 60 pounds, lebih kurang 27 kilo. Okay. So lama sangat tengok. So sekarang ni kita tak nak generasi Gen Z, Gen Alpha, dia cepat bongkok. Kita tak nak mereka jadi cepat bongkok kan. So we don't want our Gen Z, our Gen Alpha ni cepat bongkok sebab tengok handphone selalu. So it can damage, prolong. Lama kelamaan kita sendiri pun akan rasa sakit leher. Dan sampai satu tahap kita akan buat kita punya spine pun tak lurus, curvature, dan kita akan mengalami sakit belakang plus kita punya spine. Lagi-lagi anak-anak kecil lah, baby pun bagi handphone masa makan, tengok. So tak nak kita nanti anak tu besar jadi bongkok. Okay. Tech neck problem, excessive use of laptop, smartphone and tablet by both children and adult could lead to the long-term neck and back pain. So 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree. Overusing the neck, back and shoulder muscle cause strain to your spine. Spinal degeneration occurs due to the bad posture, force exerted on an adult head while viewing something at 60 degree is equivalent to 27 kilogram, average weight of 8 years old. Macam kita angkat seorang budak 27, umur 8 tahun. Dekat kita punya leher. So ensure, try to make sure your phone at your eye levels. Bukan kita bongkokkan kita punya leher. Okay. So lagi-lagi kita dah tua, okay lah tulang kita dah keras. But our children, that's the most important lah. Our children yang 7 tahun, 5 tahun, 3 tahun, kemudian 10 tahun, yang sedang membesar, sedang develop dia punya spine, sedang develop dia punya bone. Janganlah bagi handphone terlalu lama. Okay. Then we do have, oh my god, dia jadi macam ni bila saya letak dekat dalam slide. So 20-20-20 rules, simple and effective, protect your eyes and reduce digital fatigue. This is the most important lah because nowadays kita memang dengan device. 20 minutes, every 20 minutes of screen time, pandang luar, pandang tepi, pandang kiri, pandang atas. Okay. 20 feet, 20 kaki, lebih kurang 6 meter, away, look at something. 20 second for at least 20 seconds. So lepas dalam masa 20 minit, ambil lebih kurang 6 meter away, look dekat tempat yang jauh. Contoh, tengok pemandangan kat luar tingkap, tengok tempat lain ke. Tengok kalau Prof Mohaya cakap, tengok benda yang hijau. Lepas tengok skrin, tengok benda yang hijau, benda yang biru dekat luar. Dekat tengok langit ke, tengok pokok-pokok ke kat bawah. And then untuk masa 20 second. 20 second je you tengok kat luar. Okay. Macam sekarang seminar ni, kalau rasa dah eye strain dah ni, bolehlah stop, pergi tengok kat tepi, kat kiri, kat kanan, tengok kawan, tengok member yang 6 meter away. Okay. Set the phone timer, use apps like iTimer or iCare Plus to remind you every 20 minutes. Kalau ada iTimer, setiap kali you buat 20 minit tu, bangunlah, berdirilah, keluarkanlah. Kita tak nak radiation juga daripada kita punya screen ni sebenarnya. Okay. That will look some ni. Okay. Okay, itulah dia. Rule 20-20-20. Tips ni untuk kita ambil hari ni. 20-20-20 untuk kita amalkan. Dan kita tengok sikit lagi. 10 quick ergonomic tips at a glance. Okay. Dalam bentuk gambar lah, simple. Sit back in the chair with lumbar support. Number 2, screen at eye level 50 to 70 cm. Try sukat lepas ni. Try to measure. Then both feet flat on the floor or using a foot rest like this. Take a movement break every 30 to 45 minutes. Boleh do an exercise standing ataupun while sitting. Apply 20-20-20 rules to protect your eyes, 20 minutes, 20 feet, and also 20 seconds. Hold phone at or book at your eye levels. Okay. Ni benda yang kita nak amalkan. Alright. Lift with your leg. Okay. Not your back. Bend your knees and keep back straight. Ni pun tak berapa sangat. Keep your back straight sepatutnya. Stretch neck, wrist and shoulder every hour. So kalau buat kerja kat office, kat mana-mana pun, stretch your neck. Okay. Number 9, adjust chair. The best is 90 degree, tight parallel to the floor. And the best is adjustable chair. And also have a armrest like this that are parallel to your table. Okay. It can support 90 degree for your elbow and 90 degree for your knees. And then number 10, sleep 7 to 8 hours on a supportive pillow or mattress. Ni untuk kita dapatkan rehat yang cukup. So the last section, which is number 4, practical tips for work, study and home. Let's look some other videos. Okay. So ergonomic at works, workstation setup, movement at work, and supervisor and manager tips. So workstation setup, again, adjust your chair height, so fit at a flat on the floor, monitor top at eye level, benda yang sama use document holder beside to monitor, keep desk clear. Kalau ada phone holder, use your phone holder. Place phone with a easy reach, avoiding twisting. Use headset for call, never cradle phone on necks, and request an ergonomic assessment for supervisor. So working station ni, kalau kita nak ergonomic assessment ni, in Malaysia now, in Dodge kita dah ada amendment 2022. Kita make sure kita ada one of ETP, ergonomic trained person, yang ada ambil initial era, initial ergonomic risk assessment ataupun advanced ergonomic risk assessment. This one you boleh cari dekat Dodge, ataupun you boleh ambil this course from NIOSH ataupun any other OSH provider macam tadi Mr. Taran mungkin ada provide this era punya ETP ergonomic trained person. So for those kita nak tahu kita punya tempat kerja kita ni selesa ataupun tidak, kita kena buatlah ergonomic risk assessment. So that one yang boleh buat tu adalah ETP. Alright. Okay. Someone masuk. Alright. Second, the movement at work. So walk to collect instead of email. Kalau boleh kita jumpa kawan, try to working, bergerak ke sana dan ke sini. Take stair instead of lift. Kalau ada stairs, setakat nak pergi tingkat 1 ke tingkat 2, naik tangga je take your stairs. Ataupun nak turun, guna stairs. Kalau rasa nak naik tu berat, turun tu guna stair. Avoid lah kalau boleh, kurangkan guna lift. Stand during phone call and then set hourly remind to stretch. Supervisor and manager tips, run team ergonomic awareness. This is what I told you before, the ETP, ergonomic trained person. You boleh buka Dodge, ada senarai nama for those company. Mana-mana company yang ada hantar orang untuk ni, dia punya kursus harga lebih kurang 1,000 lebih. Some OSH provider boleh claim HRD, HRDF, HRDC, COP. Ataupun if you punya tempat kerja tu memang perlukan ETP, maybe your manager or your supervisor akan hantar lah under the OSH ataupun HSO punya department. Allow flexible break schedule, provide adjustable chair and equipment, and then encourage early reporting for discomfort. So the academic, then ergonomic for student, kita nak tengok anak-anak kita. Alright. Study setup, ruang tempat belajar dia. Use a proper desk and chair also, not a bed or sofa to study. Book and screen raise at the levels, eye levels, good lighting, organize your desk, and also less strain from reaching the primary zone ataupun secondary zone. And then backpack, this is the most issue. Budak-budak bawa buku sekolah, pergi sekolah terlalu berat. Always use both shoulder strap. Jangan guna sebelah dalam buku berat. Bawa sebelah saja. So you tend to put the load only on the one side of your shoulder. So pack heaviest item closet to your back. Use locker when possible. Maksudnya kalau kat sekolah ada locker, simpanlah buku kat sekolah. Buku-buku teks. Kalau tak ada, memang kena ada bag yang beroda tu. Screen times, apply 20-20-20 rules. Study stations, no screen 1 hour before bedtimes, enable blue light, and also 5-minute break every 45 minutes of study. So ergonomic at home, living and relaxing, avoid slouching on sofa, jangan berjandar ke belakang sofa. Use your back cushion. TV at eye level, tengok FIFA ke, tengok bola ke, tengok sambil duduk lah. TV at eye levels, not too high, not too low. Limit lying down phone or tablet. Jangan kita masa baring sambil kita tengok handphone, scroll down macam ni. Ni memang kita sukalah kan, baring sambil tengok handphone, sambil update status, sambil tengok WhatsApp status, sambil tengok TikTok dan sebagainya. Get up every 30 to 45 minutes from the sofa. Ada masa kita rehat, kita angkat, bangun dan bergerak. Stand up and move regularly. At kitchen, for those working at kitchen, mostly our mom, our wife and so on. Counter height elbow slightly below surface, make sure kita 90 degree also bila kita memotong dan sebagainya. Avoid bending over low surface for long. Okay, jangan kita ambil barang terlalu ni, kalau boleh bend down, step down, turunkan badan. Use kneeling pad when cleaning at floor level. Kalau ada ni lah, kalau kita nak bersihkan bawah. Carry grocery in 2 balance bag. Kalau boleh bawa, bukan guna sebelah tangan saja. Ataupun kalau ada trolley, bawa trolley. Household task, vacuum and mop with upright posture. Bukan membungkuk, kita menyapu dengan keadaan membungkuk, ataupun vacuum dengan keadaan membungkuk, kita tak nak. Bend knees when picking up low item. Kita nak angkat bakul baju dan sebagainya, laundry. So make sure kita bend bend our knee. Then alternate dominant hand. So maybe kita adalah right-handed. Then kita alternate guna kita punya left hand pula. For those yang left-handed, try guna right hand untuk kerja-kerja lain dekat rumah for the repetitive task. So kita use both muscle, both hand. Then take break during long cleaning session. Sleep with ergonomics. Pillow keep head and neck in natural alignment. Try to find your ergonomics pillow or bed or your make sure sleep on the back or side on a stomach sleeping. Medium firm mattress, kalau dapat mattress yang ergonomic lagi bagus. No phone use in bed 1 hour. This is the practice that we need to try to practice. 1 jam sebelum kita jangan tengok handphone lagi. Kalau boleh handphone tu letak jauh-jauh sikit. Alright. Tak dekat kita punya side table, okay? Then micro break and movement snack. Kita ada neck roll 30 minit, shoulder shrunk 30 second, wrist circle 30 second, back stretch 30 second, ankle pump 30 second, eye palming 30 second. Ni contoh. So now sekarang ni kita dah almost 1 hour. 1 hour and 15 minit, lagi 15 minit nak habis. Try kita buat neck rolls. Okay, semua orang boleh buat neck roll 30 second. Okay, slowly roll your head in a half circle, ataupun you boleh buat ke depan dan ke belakang. Never roll head backward. Okay, ataupun buat circle neck roll. Shoulder shrunk. You boleh shoulder your raise your both shoulder to ears, hold 5 seconds, then release. Do 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then release. Then raise your both shoulder to the ears level, 5 seconds, and then release. Okay. And then your wrist circle, 30 seconds. Extend your arm, and then circle your wrist clockwise, then counterclockwise. 5 times each. Okay, try to do. Okay, boleh buat. Then you can do a back stretch, 30 seconds also, duduk. Reach your arm overhead and gently arch back and hold. Okay. Tarik dia ke belakang dan tahan dia. Okay. Ini adalah antara senaman yang kita boleh buat semasa kita mendengar seminar dan sebagainya. Ankle pump, point toes up, then down, improve circulation for 10 times for each foot. So boleh kaki tu kita buat ankle pump. Kita punya buku lali. Okay. Try to buat ankle pump for 10 times for each foot. Then eye palming. Eye palming, cover your eyes with warm palms. Relax in the darkness, great for screen fatigue. So guna tangan, guna you punya tapak tangan ni, tutup mata, kemudian relax. Okay. Sebab kita tak nak kita punya radiation, lighting radiation kat mata kita tu, kita bagi relax for about 30 second. So this is the tips for those yang memang buat dekat yang memang dekat office station office workstation yang memang selalu sitting lah. Okay, boleh try boleh try. This is a tip for you untuk kita improve kita punya productivity, efficiency and also safety in our workplace. Dan kita nak reduce kita punya fatigue dan juga pain. Then 4 tips for ergonomic tips office worker. Sit upright supported. Keep screen at eye level. Ni benda yang sama yang kita nak try amalkan. Keep arm and wrist at desk item neutral. 90 degree, make sure ni penting. 90 degree. Primary zone, secondary zone. Take micro breaks. Stand up for every 30 to 45 minutes. 5 minutes to take your break or exercise. Stretch your neck and walk briefly to refresh your body and eyes. Ergonomics tips for people at home, work or study smart. Move regularly. Create a comfortable home environment. Use good lighting. Frequently use item within easy reach and maintain the tidy and clutter-free space. And practice good posture everywhere while buat kerja ke, tengok handphone ke, tengok tablet ke, dengan keadaan yang lebih selesa. Ergonomic tips for people while sport. Warm up and cool down. 5-minute warm up dulu. And then cool down after that. Use proper posture technique. Kalau you pergi gym, use proper posture and technique. Keep your back straight and core engaged. Use correct technique for each movement. Choose right gear and equipment. Footwear. Wear well-fitting shoes and supportive sportwear. Good gears improve comfort and also performance. Then listen to your body. Listen to your body. Kalau rasa penat, stop when you feel pain, dizziness or discomfort. Tengah-tengah lari rasa pening. Stop lah, jangan teruskan. Nanti pengsan hitam. Take regularly break and stay hydrated. Minum air. Make sure air yang tidak berwarna dan tidak berasa, which is plain water. Rest and recover to avoid overuse injuries. Okay. Stay active, stay healthy, and enjoy your sports. Ergonomics for people that using smartphone. Okay. Hold phone at eye level. Try. Hold phone at eye level. Use both hands. Relax your grip. Okay. Shoulder must be relaxed. Take short breaks. Look away every 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. 20-20-20 rules. Sit and stand with a good posture, okay, while using your phone. So don't walk and look at your phone. Good smartphone ergonomics reduce neck strain and eye fatigue and hand discomfort. Ergonomics tips for while driving. Adjust your seat properly. Nowadays, all manufacturers, car manufacturer, they have a good car seat. Seat tu memang boleh record your proper seat macam IMAS 7 dia boleh record proper seat untuk you. Masuk terus dia auto kan. Kemudian make sure position wheel and mirror at an arm. Okay, side mirror tu you nampak tepi kiri kanan, your wheel at easy reach and then your elbow slightly bend. Shoulder must be relaxed. Bukan kita bawa kereta dalam keadaan kita tak selesa. Make sure your elbow and also your shoulder relax. Keep good driving posture. Head upright. Headrest at head level and also your lumbar support. So kalau yang mana kereta dia tak ada lumbar support, try to find a lumbar support dekat DIY ada jual And then try to ensure bila you drive jangan tengok handphone. Bila tengok handphone tu jangan accident happen. Headrest, make sure kalau rasa letih, letak kepala dekat belakang. Bawa kereta dalam keadaan selesa dan tenang. Bukan sambil driving, sambil chatting, sambil texting, sambil scrolling your TikToks and also your anything social media. Take breaks on a long trip. Every 1 to 2 hours, stop and take break. Then stretch your neck, shoulder and back. Walk briefly and stay hydrated. Okay, last quiz 2. Actually pun ada jawapan. What is the correct screen distance for your eyes levels? 50 to 70 cm. So make sure lepas ni, sukat measure your eye levels dengan screen. Ada tak? Cukup tak? 50 to 70 cm. In the 2020 rules, where should you look after 20 minutes? You should look to 20 feet away. Maksudnya tengoklah pemandangan dekat luar tu yang 6 meter away. Then what is the safe backpack weight limit for student? Actually, the best is actually 10% of your body weight. Kalau you punya body weight adalah 63, so 10% of your body weight is 6.3 kilo. Right? So 6.3 kilo is actually a safe backpack weight limit for student. So this is, I think, the last slide, which is the key takeaway. Ergonomics fitting works to you. Design your environment to suit your body, not the other way around. Prevention is better than cure. Small daily habit prevent chronic pain, injuries, and also long-term health problem. Move more. Okay, sitting is a hidden risk. So jangan terlalu duduk lama. Take a break every 30 to 45 minutes. Walk, stretch, and change your position. The number 4, 20-20-20 rules, correct screen height, good posture, and practice them daily. Ergonomic connects to your SDG, your health, and also your productivity. So your 5-day ergonomic challenge is actually start small, stay consistent. You want to feel a difference, right? So maybe you can, day 1, posture fix. Check your correct posture, sitting posture 5 times today. Ask someone to review your workstation setup. If you have a ETP in your workplace, you can ask your ergonomic trained person to do an assessment. Day 2, screen and eye levels. Apply 20-20 rules. Enable night mode after 7 and check your screen distance. Day 3, move more. Set our hourly alarm. Stand up and walk for 2 minutes every hour. Complete 3 micro stretch session. Day 4, lift and carry. Practice self-lifting technique. Check your bag or backpack weight. And then the number 5, home and sleep. Apply 2 home ergonomic tips. Check your sleep pillow, and the best one is no screen 1 hour before bed. Okay. So ni adalah your ergonomic 5-day ergonomic challenge lah. You boleh buatlah this challenge, buat satu-satu. Tak boleh nak buat semua kan, buat satu-satu. So try to fix your posture first. Okay. So after this seminar, maybe you dah terbuka, dah nampak, oh macam ni. So now you can do a bit of assessment lah. Walaupun tak ada ETP, is okay. Buat assessment dekat diri sendiri. So ergonomic is not only in workplace, but actually the primary place yang kita memang selalu duduk kat rumah dan juga dekat office kan. Benda ni kita nak amalkan ergonomics dekat rumah dan juga ergonomic dekat tempat kerja. So this is the feedback form. Maybe you can scan. Okay. You can scan this feedback form and then you fill it. I think it's very simple. Less than 1 minute to fill this feedback form. And then I will give this slide later on to your email. Okay, you may also do this feedback after this, but better if you can do now, just do now lah. All right. Or I will post this the link in the chat. Wait, copy and I post in the chat room. Okay, so this is the feedback form. And then you can scan. Wait, I share screen. Another one is I already paste it in chat room. Second one is attendance. Okay. And then the third one is no, attendance saja. Okay. All right. Okay, so we are towards the end. You may answer the feedback form first and then fill in the attendance form. In the link is already pasted in the chat room. You may fill in the form, actually less than 1 minute. And then for those registered using NTW, right? So after this, you can look into your NTW, your own course, applied course. Okay, example like this. Then you can see you should have a proof here, number one. Then after this class end, maybe 1 to 2 days, around 1 to 2 days, 2 to 3 days lah the status become from approved become completed. Then you need to do the TEE assessment. Then you click this button, TEE assessment. After that, then you will get the button for generate certificate. If you want to get the certificate, you must do the TEE assessment first. After completed button is already, then you will get generate certificate. Then you will get the certificate like this. Okay, this is last year punya lah. Okay, this is last year punya. So yeah, thank you. That's the sharings for today. Open for question and open discussion. If you have any question before we end our seminar, it's already 10:30, 1.5 hour. Okay. So for those yang nak jawab form, boleh jawab form dulu. Okay. And then before we end, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, can I
Boleh.
have the attendance for for QR attendance, please? Just now I just
Alright.
missed it.
Okay. Alright. Actually, in the chat room, I already post it. The link. Okay, I will open the QR. Okay, attendance form.
Alright, thank
Ergonomics.
you.
Welcome. And then before we end, let me take pictures. Okay. Because this is the requirement for NTW to submit the report with pictures of the attendance with the participants. Okay, all right. All the links is already posted in the chat room. You may go for fill in the attendance forms and also the feedback form. The slide I will email to all of you after this. We take a pictures. You may open your camera. If you have a question, you may ask after this. I stop the sharing first. Okay. If you are ready to open your camera, and then I will capture. Okay. All right. Thank you. Mr. Amirul Bakhtiar, someone like a familiar one, but it's not the one yang ni ke? Pro 2 tu ke? Bukan Bukan Amirul Bakhtiar Pro 2
Bukan.
Bukan. Ingatkan ni ada dangdut nanti kat sini. Oh, ramainya. Masya Allah. Alright. Ini satu department ke ni? Masya Allah. Amirul from where, Mr. Amirul?
Airport Kertih, Terengganu.
Airport.
Ya, tuan.
Masya Allah. Oh, from Airport Kertih. Terima kasih kena hadir beramai-ramai tu. Masya Allah. Sekejap saya nak screenshot kita punya gambar. Okay, are you ready? Okay, just keep smiling. Say cheese. 1, 2, 3. Okay, first page first. 1. Okay. Wait. Okay, second page. Second page ready. Okay, Mr. Tyron. All right, I see you now. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So, okay, thank you. Thank you for those are coming for this NTW punya seminar. And then yang daripada Kertih tadi Airport Kertih, Masya Allah. Kejut macam tengok seminar, macam tengok FIFA tengok ni. World Cup
Sharing.
Sharing session Okay, Alhamdulillah. Mudah-mudahan memberi manfaat kepada semua. Ada question ke? Kalau ada soalan ke nak berkongsi pun boleh. Kalau tak ada, kita end. Ada? Tak ada? Ada nak tanya ke? Tak ada? So, I will email the slide later after this. Thank you for joining us today. If you are interested in ergonomics, you may find ergonomics from I am from HFPM and also Unimas Human Factor Ergonomic Malaysia punya society. So boleh deal kat situ pun kita ada buat ETP for initial era dan sebagainya. Boleh ni. For those yang from university boleh, if you have interested untuk buat research, kita pun ada buat research in ergonomics part. Okay. Thank you again for coming and listening to my sharing. Thank you, Mr. Teran. Thank you, Mr. Amirul Bakhtiar. Thank you, TS Nazira. Thank you, everyone from Unimas and also from outside Unimas. Thank you for coming. And then until we meet again, all the best to all of you. And Assalamualaikum. We may dismiss.